Hello everyone! Today we are closing out the group stage of the Nations Cup 3 here with the banger match Germany versus Canada. With me today is Mr. Scars again. How are you doing and what do you expect from today's match?
Hey Spooz, thanks for having me again. I'm expecting some great gameplay today. Two very prominent teams, Canada definitely probably looking to be the winner today. We have such strong players, but Germany just been on a roll today. So I mean, we don't really can't really say for certain what the results are going to be today.
We saw a lot of 3-0s in the past matches. I think the last 3 or 4 have all been 3-0. And that is also what Canada kind of needs today. If we look at the standings here, we just see Canada currently with 1 win on rank 3. If they would win 3-0 or 3-1, they would get ahead of Germany. And any other result, if we have a 3-2, it's not enough. They would not be in the semifinals. So kind of France-like situation here for Canada, although they can afford to lose one match. But I'm definitely sure they want to get it as secure as possible. So they're definitely here to get a 3-0. But on the other hand, there is the undefeated team Germany today with Wild Eyes in the team instead of Airball, together with Terra and Baron. And for Canada, we just have the usual lineup here with J King, Birdo, and Comtruce. Really strong team, but in the past we just thought they might not have the time, and J King playing in the World Championship, maybe too busy with this. So in Nations Cup, you kind of need to prepare a lot and find good decks that are good against certain decks. And if you bring the whole stuff or the same stuff over and over again, players are just anticipating it and try to counter you. And that's what we saw in the first match there. So, a lot of talking. First match, just as usual, pauper format, only limited and standard cards allowed. I think I'm super hyped for this one. I can already give the players the go. The first match will be Wild Eyes versus J King. So the replacement for Airball here in the first match, Mr. Wild Eyes. I just hope it's not being like a 20-minute match whenever Wild Eyes. Whenever I see Wild Eyes play, I just get some feeling of why this guy is also a chess player.
Yeah, sit
But
back, relax, grab a drink.
I love him, but I hate to play against him. So today we're here to watch him, so maybe we can get some additional time to think what the thought process behind several plays are when the players are not playing that fast. But maybe he's surprising me here today. Definitely worth the try. So as I said, pauper format, only standard and limited cards. We just see a variety of decks so far. Players are experimenting with a lot of stuff. We saw some guard, naval power stuff. We just saw Jagro attempts, a lot of artilleries, and it is US Germany here from Team Germany. And don't tell me J King is bringing this deck a third time. He is. This guy doesn't care. He's just thinking, hey, it didn't work 3 times, 2 times. Let's not make it work 3 times. But I think this time he might have a good matchup here. Although the shore bombardment is a good answer to the Californias. But this airborne, this will be really annoying pretty soon. And also the commando pretty good against what is Wild Eyes happening on board right now.
No, yeah, definitely. These commandos just being able to take out any card as long as it lands that one bit of damage. And since US just having all those just high defense cards in the front line, definitely gonna give Wild Eyes a bit of a challenge to keep them in the front line.
And Wild Eyes setting up for the BF 109 drop next turn here, tries to make both the tank and the infantry survive so he can deploy a 6/6 BF next turn. Which might give some problems here for J-King. Not having any guards right now, and the supply shortage is way too slow to get rid of it. But we'll see how this just develops here.
Here, Jakin taking his time, considering his options. I imagine he's going to want to trade out this Greyhound with the Commando. Or perhaps he wants to move the Commando up by trading with the Airborne. But he just wants to contest for that front line. And here we go, we're going to see the Commando trade, but not moving up to the front line quite yet.
Yeah, he wants to let it grow further, knowing that Wilders maybe is not having the best answers. Hummel not possible right now to bounce it, so there's a good chance that this is growing even further and reducing the operation cost even more. And there's a big 6-6 BF. J-King dealing with this.
Looks like for right now, looking at his hand, his best options are just going to be swarming units after units, hoping that the Trop is just going to have to be forced to trade into these big units. Look at 2 Californias, 2 5th Rangers, a Lancashire, just all these high numbers all around.
Yeah, absolutely. And whatever comes down here. Okay, he plays it to the 4-4. Because now Wilders is having access to the Hummel here. And there was one match where we just saw an 8-10 Hummel.
I don't know how you ever beat that.
Not that much of a problem now. I think you really want to utilize the BF here, but that leaves you with 3 credits left. Could attack with the 101st, because this would go to 3 attack. Then attack with the Greyhound as well, and then the BF could go phase. But then you lose 2/3 of your units. Oh no, the 101st survives. Never mind. Wait, he could also attack with the 101st and then you utilize the 37mm gun.
Oh, true. And actually, now that he has this 37mm, I don't think he's very worried about this Airborne at all. Because if it ever decides to move and lose that smoke screen, just reset its attack.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Go down to 1 attack again.
Let's see the +2, +3.
A pretty beefy support line here for Wild Eyes. A 5-5, a 6-6.
And looks like J-King is considering the Stars and Stripes. Unfortunately, it would only take out the Greyhound, as both this plane and this infantry are just way too big.
And it's also just J-King's whole turn. I mean, you can push up the Airborne. It has 0 operation cost. Kind of forces Wild Eyes to trade into it, maybe. Definitely an awkward turn here. I want to play a California here without pushing it to the front line.
Lancashire is too slow. 5th Ranger is just gonna get traded out. Just too many infantry there. Unfortunately, that's the one weakness of infantry. They may have pretty good stats for their cost. It's just that they're sometimes way too slow.
So the late game is definitely in J-King's favor here. Once he can survive the early pressure here with the 6-6 and the 5-5, 2 Californias is a decent answer to the late game. And also the Lancashire with the 5-6 stats is just insanely strong.
Here we go, full front line. Another 37mm. Now question is, are we gonna see the Greyhound into the Commando? See your 3, 4, 5. If Wild Eyes chooses to do so, he can clear the front line here, but it would cost him a lot of his support line.
He could definitely attack with the Greyhound into the Commando, then utilize the gun to reset the attack. I go with the 101st first, obviously. Into the Airborne.
Now, if the wider the support line gets, the stronger the Stars and Stripes becomes. Gonna really put a huge dent into these stronger units.
Yeah, that's definitely a problem. I mean, the Greyhound is probably going to die.
Okay, choosing to take out the the 5th Rangers. And attacking into the thing. Wow, giving J-King the choice to take out this Trop. I don't know if I agree with this play completely.
Yeah, why was... I mean, he wants to keep the Greyhound alive probably, but now the Commando can easily take out the 6-6, and what do you have then?
Stars and Stripes complete. Support line clear.
Would be interested to know the thought process behind that.
Absolutely. Because
Really
now, and Wild Eyes only down to 3 plus the card he's about to draw. J King having almost a very good sized hand. And as you mentioned, you know, we're starting to get into that late game where these high cost units are gonna just be getting pumped out left and right.
J-King is considering playing the airborne over attacking with the... No, okay.
There we go.
Yeah, what to do now if your Wild Eyes here?
Fortunately, drawing that Sherman just a few turns too late. Because now it's going to be really hard getting this front line back, especially when your hand just consists of this 37mm and a Hummel. Backs into it, and that's his turn. Ugh. Not looking too hot here for Wild Eyes. J King drawing some additional draw. Gonna see a second California. Here we go. Now this is where Frontline really struggles to make a comeback. If you get that frontline robbed from you, it's just so hard to come back. We see the 3 damage coming out, taking out that California. Unfortunately, J King is just sitting on another one. Here we're gonna see 5th Rangers taking out. Frontline is currently clear, but as mentioned, oh, and a 5th Rangers. That's gonna be 2, potentially 3 units in the front line. Hovering over the millimeter.
Now this is not looking good. I mean, Wild Eyes has one more chance to bounce with Sherman into Hummel, or he finds a cheaper tank than the Sherman, because I'm pretty sure you want to utilize this as a draw tool with only 2 cards in hand.
No, absolutely. If Wild Dice is unable to get this draw, I see absolutely no way of him coming back from this.
Ooh. See. Oh
164?
wait, he can do Hummel and push up the 5th Ranger and still draw with the Sherman.
Look at that.
0 operation cost from 5th Rangers, really doing work here.
Giving it some thought, he's seen, probably trying to see if there is a way for him to push it up and whoa.
Oh wait, yeah, you need to play Sherman first. I completely forgot,
Yeah.
because Hummel needs a tank
Needs
to get the
tank.
deployment effect. Absolutely correct. A little bit unfortunate here.
I think his concern is protecting this this artillery here, because it is actually doing a lot of work so far, resetting the attack of these units.
Yeah, can also reset the attack from 5th Rangers.
We're gonna see the first supply shortage come out.
Oh, and another Sherman. Doing a lot. Still there. Hopefully hits an artillery. It did.
Good.
Doesn't change too much. I think he's just attacking with the artillery and passing maybe, although that would make you really weak to another Stars and Stripes.
I wonder if he's gonna pass here to try to preserve the Sherman.
I think you can put the Sherman here, because you have the artillery that you can push to the front line maybe. 2 artilleries is really annoying for this German, for this Brit deck. But
luckily they're on a timer right now. Yep, good supply.
Yeah. Hit by 1 already.
Here comes another beefy California. Dive bombing. Does
Yeah,
make
at least he's able
possible.
to kill it, but he does not get the Sherman draw once again. Well, that was a nice interaction. Just reset the attack from California to 5 after dive bombing. Did you see that? He played
Yes,
dive bombing, it would go to 0, and after the attack it would go up to 5 again.
Wow. Ooh, honey into convoy. Second supply, really cementing both these artilleries are guaranteed to die now. And Second California. Yeah, he's
Tech
just
short, taking out the Fusiliers.
bogged down, unfortunately. No draw. All these Shermans just came at the wrong time. I wonder if we're gonna see commandos pushed up and we're gonna get this supply drop on it. Giving some thought, setting up the evasive action really hinders US. A lot of US cards really depend on those deployment effects.
Yeah, even if you get the US unit in the front line now, you don't get the draw from the Sherman, which is really annoying for Wild Eyes here.
And here we go. We're gonna see commando supply drop.
Oh.
Very strong play.
Oh, this will eat 2 Californias. That's game, I guess.
There you go. And we see the GGs coming out from Wild Eyes. Canada taking it 1-0 so far here in the Popper format. This is of course what Canada wants to see. They want to cement themselves in these semifinals.
They secured a good start into this match here. Exactly as planned, I expect. Okay, and the next match will be a legacy format. We will have the bees against each other. Baron versus Birdo. Right. On the players.
Now, legacy. We've seen, as you've mentioned before, a lot of Jagro, a lot of Brit Air. I wonder if the players are going to be trying to get in each other's heads, trying to counterplay each other with maybe a hard counter to some of these decks. We saw a pretty hard counter to Brit Air. I believe it was yesterday's match.
Yeah, that's Japan air deck, yeah.
Just
really dominating that Brit air deck, yeah.
and we for these players. Baron showing his excitement in the chat.
Yeah, so for those of you who are tuning in the first time, legacy mode means the players can play any card they want, even cards that are in reserve right now. The other formats you can't play those, but in this format you can play each and every card in the game, whatever combination you like.
I feel it gives the players a lot of freedom because, again, a lot of balance comes around from removing some of these cards from the current meta, and now all of them available gives players all sorts of just creativity. Just how broken can I make this deck?
Here we
And
go.
we're right into it.
Baron with the firewall.
That's an interesting one.
This looks like an unitless combo deck with Brit main. Okay.
I imagine there's also going to be the National Fire Service in this deck.
How good would this deck be against Brit Air and Birdo with a pretty insane starting hand here? 4 1-drops, close air support.
This is, I mean, yeah, you're playing Brit Air, this is what you hope. This is what your opponent always gets when you're playing against Brit Air and you play Brit Air and you get all close air supports and no air units.
You get Baron's hand when you play Brit Air.
Yeah.
There comes the close air support.
It begins, and oh, Birdo already sitting on that Lend-Lease. Monty, good find.
Monty is here.
Which one of these units?
The good thing for Baron is he might play Commonwealth in that deck, and Brit Air is not having any amount of healing. I mean, there's a chance that Birdo's playing Sincerely Yours in that. That would give him 6 healing. But that's not enough to just, yeah, out-heal that Burn deck.
No, absolutely. Especially when not only on top of Commonwealth, we're seeing here the gunship mission, the sea mission. Sorry, this forecast here that does
Sea
3 damage.
Patrol, I guess.
Sea patrol, that's what it's called.
Yeah, there's so many names right now in the game and cards you haven't seen in a while, so it's kind of hard to remember all the names. And with the new expansion, I'm excited to see how the casting in Iceland will go with all these new card names.
Yeah, absolutely. No, yeah. I mean, I joined this game when it was just the base format and the alliance, and that was it. There wasn't any other. And now all these cards getting hard to remember each and every single one of them.
Yeah, so Baron definitely needs draw here. He's able to find one more card off with Monty. There is a convoy.
That's a good start. Let's see what he gets off of it. War bonds.
Oh, and sincerely
Sincerely.
yours.
Awkward curve, unfortunately. I think, yep, he's gonna go for the credit efficient one and sincerely yours.
Needs to take a risk here. There's a chance that there's a naval supply run and you get completely bursted here, but after that, Berto could only attack with 2 units, so I think you can afford to do this. And pretty good finds here. Double war bonds, more draw, and still Monty in hand. All he needs right now is a monsoon rod, supply shortage, and Berto's dreams just fly away.
Here comes Monty clogging. Ooh, and the Commonwealth already in hand.
Commonwealth already at
Alberto.
10 credits here.
We see the credit denial coming in because this turn he would have been able to play Lend-Lease, but being
He
denied from
finds
daylight
shelling
bombing.
now. There's a good chance to win. No shelling, but double pin option.
We see all 3 gladiators and the Sonia's out right now. Escort group. Oh, no more waste of dealing damage to face. But the board is starting to get a little scary here. Berto, excuse me, just needs 1 or 2 buffs and it's gonna be a lights out for Baron. I assume we're gonna see the do 4 or 8 damage choice here from. Yeah, excuse me.
No problem.
It's a little early for me, but escort group. Here we go.
Yeah, escort group. Daylight bombing. Takes out another unit. Be nice. One more credit here for Berto.
Stopping that Lend-Lease, really not letting it pop out.
All Baron needs is shelling, a little bit more healing, and then he has a good chance to win this. There is more pin. No draw, unfortunately. Here comes the Wobbins.
Baron having a bit of a tough time keeping his HQ healthy because again these air units just keep macking face. Let's see the gunship.
1 off of 30 here, and he definitely needs draw. The question is he going for a Commonwealth without dealing 20 damage just for the draw? He still has the escort group as a win condition in this. Getting really close here. I think he needs to. He's never out healing this board. And I think he needs draw.
Especially when he's already expended a lot of his healing options. We've seen a lot of, I think 2 or 3 of these naval, so many naval cards. The pinning one. Firewall, another escort group. And yes, as you just said, we're gonna see him popping it for the draw. Lend-Lease. There's armaments. I do not believe it's been 4 turns yet, though, so.
Yeah, this might only be 4 damage. Bring him down to 9. He has another escort group in hand. 2 Lend-Leases. He really needs more pin. 25 HP health is great, but there's also a lot of damage, and Berto finds another close air support here. Only 16, and that's lethal on board if I'm not completely incorrect here, and that's only 4 damage. Needs the shelling or more healing.
Well, it's not White lethal? Just due to 2 of these units having firewall. Third one now.
How much is it? It is 11, 13, 15, 16, and Empire Strikes.
5, 6, 7,
Looks
8,
like
9,
enough
10,
here. There are 3 bombers on board.
13.
Plus the Wellington can come down for free. I think that's it. No other units. What is there any other unit? I think the Sonya is also hit by firewall, right?
It's
No, it
the
was not.
Aichi, the
No.
Gladiator, and the one swordfish in the front. Swordfish in the front. So he's gonna need this, I believe. Yeah.
Oh, the shelling!
Ooh, shelling!
What a top deck! He has 6 damage. Air power can also go face.
Some healing.
What is?
Okay.
Wait. What is HMS Illustrious plus Empire Strikes?
I don't think it's enough quite yet.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Especially with
Oh,
the
it's
skill.
6 bombers. It's 8 damage. Can play the Sincerely Yours to just out heal Baron, maybe. He's really having it in the deck and he found it. I can't believe it.
He's debating between healing or doing the damage, and I think yes, the wiser play here is to heal. 6 healing. Oh, this turn decides it all. Let's see. He has a Lend-Lease to be able to draw. He has, I believe that's already armaments.
Oh,
Pioneer Company
Pioneer's
helps him a
good.
tiny bit.
Give you more draw.
Unfortunately, all out of board pins, so let's see. Again, this armaments I believe is only gonna deal 4. Firewalling the Spitfire. I think he wants to make some room in his hand to use this Lend-Lease.
He can pin one of the 4 attack units, but I think this Empire Strikes might just come in really surprisingly here and close out the game.
Here we see the Lend-Lease.
Find more. Wait, no, not enough. Okay, if he survives this turn, he definitely has it, but he needs more healing. I think he's also going for the Raider here to heal for another 4. Or you just utilize the air power to get rid of a unit, but I think healing is better here, because it has the same effect, because max amount of one of these units is 4 attack anyways. That's 17, I don't... Is he having 17 here? I'm not sure what units can attack and what can't, and a second one. This must be enough.
It's all the units that have the little plus on it, that isn't the Aichi, have the firewall.
Oh, that's enough.
That's
Double Empire Strikes.
That's only 5. He's out of credits.
Oh, he's out of credits. What is this match?
For a 12. Wow. Oh, Berto.
Oh my god, triple armaments.
There it is on 2 HP hanging by
What
a little thread.
Did we just see?
Tying it up in the legacy in the most
What just happened?
baffling deck.
Oh my god! I just thought Birdo had this and he ran out of credits. Yeah, so the daylight bombing's really doing work there. And that means Canada with the back against the wall now. If they lose one more match, they're out of this year's Nation Cup. Whew, man, this was really exciting.
That was such a very entertaining match. Love it when players bring these decks that on paper were like, this shouldn't work, and here we go. Here we are.
First, Baron with the top deck shelling, then Birdo with the top deck Sincerely Yours, denying the lethal there. Then the second Empire Strikes, but still not enough. Wow. Whew, but as I said, a lot of pressure on Canada now and on Choose, who will play the third match here against Terror.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. We haven't seen much of Truce lately in terms of like the competitive scene. I know he was very dominant in the past.
Yeah, looks like he's only playing kind of competitive here in this event. And yeah, I mean, it's also really, it became really time consuming reaching OCC top 8, and maybe he's not having the time for this. No more cards open. I think we just saw him a lot there as well. So that might be the reason.
Absolutely, but he still got all that experience, so definitely still gonna be a force to be reckoned with.
Go. I think the players are more than ready to jump into this. Next format is Pure War. That means no orders allowed in the deck. So that means this is the time to shine for artillery and bombers.
And the occasional countermeasure.
Yeah, that player's already in it. Yes. Yes. Oh, wow. This goes faster than you can imagine here. Oh, this is working as well. Yeah, then do the perfect stream, is it? Oh, look at it.
Ooh,
We also
we
have
have
come
nah,
true's
but
view.
we have
Terra Knight.
unfortunately, I
Wait, what?
believe we have wrong deck.
Oh, Terra.
I mean, I already see
Yeah, there
two
will
where
be
they have
two orders.
orders. Rather unfortunate, but it does happen sometimes.
Yeah, I
Slight
mean,
misclick.
that's really annoying.
Yeah. Especially when you may have that perfect starting hand, and then this next match you might have a very bad starting hand, and it's gonna just dig into your head. Oh, I
Yeah, I
could have
mean,
won if
I
I had.
think in future, I mean, we don't have a clear rule for this year, but I'm pretty sure for next time we need a rule whenever someone is picking a wrong deck, they automatically lose, because in these very specific scenarios where it's also very easy to, or kind of easy to have counter decks, it's just giving you too much information because we don't know what Terror wanted to bring, and he can just pick a deck that he might think is good against this now. Not saying that is on purpose, but there is a chance, and it's really annoying.
I agree. There definitely needs to be something in place, and if it needs to be something as, you know, a bit drastic as losing the game, I do agree. Just because, as you mentioned, too many counter pick opportunities. Um, and again, just a bit of it is RNG based, but sometimes you might be taking away a really good starting hand from your opponent. As mentioned, hopefully give the benefit of the doubt it wasn't intentional. And here we go, Germany mirror. We have Ter going in with a bit of control, maybe like front line with a bunch of tanks. Yeah, just kind of like this like front line mid range with no orders. Calm truce. Oh, there we go. Now we can see his hand. Also, just kind of bringing some big units. I believe that's a pincer deck, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it is. And here we go. Starting off Terror. Just starting off strong Nashub and 2. Type 94. And I think we're going to see the first of these pincer units coming out here, giving this 3-3 a good buff. It can grow out of control very fast, and usually the counter to this is just, oh, I can pop orders and get rid of these, no matter how beefy these units are. But since we're in pure war, these are going to stick for a good while. Heinkel coming in, gonna get some spoils of war going. Good draw in this orderless format. Let's see here. Ooh, we see a bunch of Jagro units in this Germany main nation, so definitely going to be looking to close out the game a little bit sooner rather than later.
That is a big boy there. I mean, the Sender might come in huge here. Also, double surprise attack. Oh, that's very good answers here.
Finding the way around this orderless format. Just any order.
Yeah, I mean, the rulers just don't have orders in the deck. If you can produce orders during the game, go with it. And that's what Terra did here. Double surprise attack, taking out the Astrakhan. The Sender can take care of the autocannon. And then, yeah, it's looking quite good. Double Schützen in hand here for Terra. Maybe Sender is not even needed here.
Now this is going to be a very key factor. Terra is able to just constantly get draw from this tiny bomber here over and over again. Whereas Comtrues doesn't seem to have any source of draw. Now, are we going to see this pincer on the artillery, on the autocannone? Looks like Terra's hand's a little behind. There we go.
Yeah, that's really surprising, because yeah, this is just spectator mode. So we just see that also spectator mode seems to be a little bit delayed.
Interesting.
That's 101st on the Type 94, because when it attacks into the artillery, +1/+1, and 2 Sendais in hand here. Oh my god.
Nothing is sticking for Comtrues.
And we just saw how strong Smokescreen is in this format.
Can be very hard. I wonder if he's thinking about playing this FW on the Sendai.
Yeah, but it's just giving your opponent the Sendai back, and all you get is a 2/3 infantry unit, right? But yeah, he's kind of forced to do it, but it's more like a desperation play. Might just come down again.
We're gonna see it get played onto the FW.
Type 93 as well.
Here we go, yep.
Choose already complaining about this hand, probably.
Yeah, who would in this scenario? Just rather unfortunate. Let's see here. He can potentially get a bit of draw going if he's able to buff up these Panzer Grenadiers, but
looks really terrible here for Comtrues.
Terra sitting on, you mentioned another Sendai and 2 Schützen. More draw. Just very dominant position for Terror. Can probably pincer this. Won't survive though, so it won't get the buff. But as you've mentioned, it's just looking kind of grim, and anything he pincers up is looking to just get Sendai'd once more. Thinking timer. Good old friend here.
It's like it's game over, to be honest. I'm not sure what Comtrues can find here. Double surprise attack. The Astrakhan on the front line looked really strong, but 2 credits can just take it out with double surprise attack. And from there on, it was an uphill battle here for Comtrues. Having a full board here, kind of, but Terra has all the answers in the world.
Looking to, yeah, you want to get rid of these pincer effects. And once you do, these units on their own just are not very powerful. Expected to probably see one of these shoots and get blitz up into the front line. And yeah, just as you mentioned, it's with no orders. I don't see a way Comtrues is making it out of this.
Terra with the 22nd also increasing the card advantage right now. Not just board advantage, also card advantage. Comet. Not really helping you a lot here. Can take out the Type 93 with it. A little bit of time.
Getting a tiny bit of draw. Get to Katusha. Wants to try to sever the draw, but just with both hand and board dominance. Still choosing to... There we go, getting the... essentially the repair.
The Whirlwind to get rid of the Katusha. I mean, there's still a chance of Leopold, right? That might give Kamchus a little comeback chance here. Comet cannot operate as long as the Whirlwind is in the front line. So this play yesterday.
And here we go, and there's the surrender.
There we go. So theoretically, I think Canada would be out by now. Even if they win 3-2 now, it would be over. The question is, do they play their matches or do they just surrender?
What is... Jake King is the team captain, correct? What does he have to say? But yeah, as you mentioned, this cements Germany into the semifinals. Alongside, well, we have China and Hungary from the first group, and in this group we have US and Germany. Now we're just waiting for the response from Team Canada if they'd like to play the third game. Bit of communicating going on right now.
Yeah, it kind of feels a little bit really a bit sad now because of this wrong deck picking. I mean, he did bring Germany in the end, so it's kind of reasonable that he just chose the wrong German deck, but it just feels terrible.
Absolutely, it's just
because
one of those
Kamchus
circumstances.
also saying he had a great hand, and it feels really bad for Canada. Okay, they still want to play.
That's good. Good sportsmanship. Closing it out, we have Berto versus Baron.
Berto versus Baron once again. This time in the singleton format. We haven't seen this one in a while. We had a lot of 3-0s. When did we have singleton last time?
It has been a good while.
2 weeks ago, it feels like.
And for those joining us, singleton, you can only bring one copy of each card, so you really gotta make it count.
Yeah, you better bring some good stuff. Right, then there we go. Match number 4 here.
Gathering the Storm, Leopold. Not what you want in your starting hand.
Germany, Japan.
Now, it's this format definitely that's most difficult to determine what's the game plan of each player's deck, because with only having one copy, you can't really, players really have to adapt to the board and just do their absolute hardest.
Oh, we see Germany, Japan versus Germany, US. This might be a long game here. Both really heavy hands. Birdo not having a ramp in hand. I expect him to have one War Machine. An Hour of Need, maybe?
The ASW Patrol. And there's the Leopold back in hand. Strap in, folks. We're gonna be here for a while. Berto able to get a tiny bit of ramp with these 32nd or 332nd. Dragon Slayer off to a good start in terms of board space.
I would love to
And
see the
Birdo now.
Dragon Slayer here. Yeah, next turn, Birdo might bring a good 5-drop here. It could be Panther G, it could be Panther A, JU. So you want to have a big guy on board here that can deal with those answers.
And we're looking at the JU.
See the
And there it
JU
is.
here. Oh, but the Sky variance is huge.
And now he might be thinking about it, considering he just drew this Annihilation. And this JU does fall in this 5 cost or less, but does decide to just take care of it now.
Oh, Nashu 1 turn too late here. Otherwise, Baron could have operated the Dragon Slayer.
Birdo probably looking to pop this ASW Patrol very soon.
Oh, for Glory, such a good pick here. Because in this format, usually a lot of elites are played. We're already pretty huge here.
And first hit to face coming from this Dragon Slayer. See here, Birdo not having too many answers here for. He's probably gonna need a Leopold of his own.
Oh, Night Hunters is also pretty strong here. At this stage of the game, a lot of... Oh my...
Ooh, we're gonna see the Avenger getting discarded.
What is going on here?
Tojo.
The Tojo taking out the Avenger. Now it's up to a 50-50 for Birdo here.
Does he get it?
No.
Unfortunate.
Did the worst started. And surrenders. Okay.
Well,
Birdo has other stuff to do.
Still, gotta give a shout out to Team Canada. Still willing to play out the last game, despite not being able to make it. That's again shows great sportsmanship.
Yeah, absolutely. And also congrats to Team Germany here. A little bit sad that Terror did the oopsie there, but there was no clear rule, so we just did the rematch. I think in future Nations Cup we might just have a rule. Whenever someone picks the wrong deck, he's out. Because yeah, it kind of gives you, or could give you, an advantage in a closed deck format, and we don't know what their plan was and is to bring, and so we just make it clear. It's just, you just need to focus 2 seconds, right, when selecting a deck. Just look twice, is it the correct deck, and then everyone is safe here. But yeah, congrats to Germany. Let me update the score, then we can take a look at this. Might not change too much here. Germany's still in front. Canada is 6 wins now. So this is our situation here in group number B. Germany undefeated, the only team undefeated so far. Only lost 3 rounds. USA made it to rank number 2 here. We will see them tomorrow in the semifinals. Yeah, the match is tomorrow. We will start with Hungary versus USA at, I think it's 4 p.m. CET, so kind of 4 hours earlier than it is now. And directly after that, we will have China versus Germany. So definitely looking forward to those matches. And then on Saturday, we will have the grand finals, but we're not there yet. As I said, tomorrow, 2 games. Germany versus China and Hungary versus USA. Don't miss that one. Thank you, Phil, for being here. Hope to see you tomorrow on Saturday. And hope to see you guys as well tomorrow and then Saturday. Stay healthy. Good luck on the battlefield. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.